May have a round bottom soda. Looks like a clear glass on this one. Oh. What's going on here? No way. I think that's silver. I'm at the site of one of the earliest settlements in the Midwest. The historic significance here is through the roof. Note I am on private property and I've got permission to excavate the grounds in search of artifacts. I'll take a walk around and see what's going on. Sometimes you get a freebie. So the ground was cultivated here for trees. I noticed this sunken area here where it had been worked up, and I probed it out. I hit some compaction differences, some objects, and possibly some stove ashes. That's a good indicator of an early site. We'll get this thing opened up. As you can see, I'm down not even a couple of feet. We are definitely into something. Right away, we pulled this up. Look at this pattern. This is truly amazing. I'm guessing this is 1870s. We did get part of the bottom that has the British registry mark on it. That'll tell us what month and year the piece was made. It's definitely early transferware. And down here, we've got a couple pieces. Looks like some bottles. Oh yeah, it's got a ground lip. It's got some embossing. Bullock, Henshaw, Philadelphia. Look at that thing. I've never dug anything quite like this before. Likely held some kind of apothecary. Oh hey, what do we have here? Dr. Price's special flavoring extracts. That's really cool. You know, this is over 100 years old. I'm guessing this dates back to the 1880s. I'm into a solid use layer. You can see that color change. These are all undigested seeds. This is an old outhouse pit I'm digging in. Fortunately, they threw a bunch of stuff down it. Looks like a little medicine bottle. That's an oldie. I'd say this thing's definitely 1880s. No glass company mark on it. And another one. Yeah, little prescription bottles. These likely predate the town that was here. They were brought in by freighter for the early settlement. Oh wow. Looks like a little jackknife of some sort. Might have an emblem on it, I can't tell. But yeah, this thing's also well over 100 years old. Alright, what do we have here? Wow. This is a sauce bottle of some sort. Looks like a crude applied top on it. Now look at that crude applied top. You can tell the glass looks like it's dripping down slightly from it. They stopped this kind of manufacturing process in the right around 1890. Huh. Okay, I believe this is a breast pump apparatus. An indicator there could have been a family living around the area. Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that. That's flow blue. It may be a willow pattern, but look at that design. That is something else. Here we go. This, I believe, is a little slate pencil. It's possible there were children living here with the family and they would have used this to scratch onto a slate chalkboard. Looks like a couple more bottles here. Seems like this site predates statehood. This is something else. Look at that, it's a Philadelphia oval style prescription bottle. These were used from the 1870s until around turn of the century. I believe this dates back to the 1880s. Oh wow, little ink bottle. Carter's ink. Not sure I've dug one from this company in this style. Got a unusual top there. You can see Carter's, again, 1880s, I'm sure. There's like 4 bottles showing here. What do we have here? Some embossing. Northwestern Homeopathic Pharmacy, Chicago. I've dug these before. I actually dug a couple in Yankton, South Dakota. I find these in early pits though. I'd put this at early 1880s. Got a big prescription bottle here. Maybe some kind of pharmaceutical. Huh. Yeah, there's no embossing on it, but it's got some good age. Probably circa 1880 as well. I've got a couple pieces in here. St. Jacob's Oil, A. Vogler and Company, Baltimore, Maryland. This was a popular product, really common patent medicine, dates back to 1880s. I find these all across the Midwest. That's an early sharp-collared beer. That's a turn mold. And when I mentioned sharp collar, you can see it's got that really kind of jagged collar underneath the top there. They stopped this manufacturing process right around 1885 to give an idea of what age this bit is. I still haven't found bottom here, but it looks like there's a few more beers showing. Oh, there we go. Okay, this has got the rounded top on it. It's a little newer than the last one I pulled up. What do we have here? LG Company. So that's the glass company's mark right there. I'd put this at about 1885. Sometimes these will have the company names marked on it, the brewing company, but this one's blank. Broken shears. Look at that, looks like the handle must have broken, so they discarded it. Maybe cast iron? Steel? Another beer bottle. This one's filled with groundwater. Looks like they broke the top when they pried the cork out. Another LG Company 18. I'd put this one at about 1885 as well. Wow, some ironstone china. Looks like some kind of serving dish, possibly. Charles Meakin, England. I find these all across the US. Was a popular pottery company for its day. Okay, this could be a wine bottle of some sort. Looks like a turn mold, possibly. Yeah, it's a turn mold with an applied top. HH on bottom. This may actually be English made. Again, that 1880s date range. I think I've got a round bottom soda bottle here. These are usually a ginger ale type bottle. Looks like it's a blob top pre-Hutchinson soda. What do we got here? Oh yeah, it's applied. An applied top. Cantrell and Cochrane. Dublin and Belfast. This is a classic bottle. These are found all across early frontier sites in the Midwest. The bottles are said to have round bottoms so that when they got where they're going, they couldn't sit upright, which would let the cork dry out, and then the drink would lose carbonation. They have a little prescription type bottle, maybe a personal dose. Let's see here. Looks like a 3-piece mold. Huh. Any embossing on this thing? Nothing. This is an early one though. This was likely served at the establishment's hospital here. Could be 1870s. Looks like some kind of little prescription bottle over here. Maybe a Blake style of some sort. All right. Okay, another Northwestern homeopathic pharmacy bottle from Chicago. That's another 1880s piece. It was a really popular company. Well, this pit's about finished up. I found bottom. It's about 4 feet deep. There's some prescription bottles here in the corner. Yeah, looks like a French square style. No embossing. Definitely 1880s. And a Blake style. Too bad these aren't embossed. I don't think there were any drugstores around here at the time though. So that's a really nice little one. It's got some great age. Oh, here we go. Covered in lime. You see this white color. Lime was thrown down these outhouse pits way back when to disinfect the pit and neutralize the smell. It's a round style prescription. No embossing on this one either, but yeah, these are all 1880s. May have a round bottom soda. Looks like clear glass on this one. Oh. What's going on here? No way. I think that's silver. Wow. So this is a marble. They made these back during the turn of the century, late 1800s. They'd have animals, little figurines inside of the glass. Now this one's a bit hazy from being in the ground. You can see how there's a squirrel figurine in that. This is one of the coolest things I've ever found. Here's the hall. The site dated back to the 1880s. Got a good variety of early pieces. Some ironstone whiteware, all that transfer ware, that's really something. Got the Worcestershire sauce, little pharmaceutical, an extract, a soda, some beers, medicines, prescription bottles, ink, and a perfume. Well, there you have it. I'll get this thing filled back in. You'll see it kick some marks into the ground. This is a large site. I sunk a 7.5-foot rod into it. There's plenty of objects down there. So we'll get the topsoil off and see what's going on. This is unbelievable. Barely through the topsoil. Look at all this. Got an axe head, big little square nail, a lock, a couple tooled top bitters fragments, it looks like, and a bullet casing. The most interesting find though is this watch. It's might even have some fire damage on it. Hard to see if there's anything legible, but this seems promising. We'll continue on. We're down past some clay cap layer into some wood ash, down about 4 feet, and we found a ton of casings. Now these are rimfire. They're earlier than the center fire. I think these are 1870s. We also got this eagle button. That's definitely off of an enlisted man's uniform, officer's uniform. Look at that. We also have 2 pieces on the way out. Look at that, just how they were dropped in 150 years ago. See if I can, there we go. Get one of these loose here. Nice. Wow. DSG company. This is some early stuff here. That is absolutely incredible. Let's see the other one. Oh, the tops on this one, wow. Looks like maybe a key mold. Nothing home, but that is solid. I'd say 1870s, early 1880s. That is something else. Look at all these ashes. Some sides there, the clay. We're way down here, down about 7-8 feet. Water's starting to fill in. Solid wood ash. Nearing bottom. I don't know, maybe they've had some kind of regulations on throwing things down the ash dump, or provisions were slim. Hard to say. Oh, I've discovered this pit is oval shaped. Hit clay on the edges and did get, seems to be a whole bottle or a whole piece on the way out here. Wow, that's something. Huh. What is this thing? That's early. It's got some kind of a label on it. Some kind of a pattern there. I've never seen one of these before. I'll dump some water on the label and see if I can read it. Well, there hasn't been much in this ash dump, but looks like there's another piece here. Beer bottle. Got some markings on the bottom. I think it might be complete. Whole piece here. There's the side. Full of water. Oh, that is an early looking blow of beer. Look at that thing. Oh, look at all those seed bubbles. Wow. Look at that crude top. See, it's got that sharp collar. That's earlier. It's like a DSG company. I believe that's the Steiger Glass Company, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to do some research. Wow. The site finished up. It was a massive ash dump. Was roughly 8 feet deep and irregular in shape. But here's the hall. This was something else. It's so early for this area. You can see the bullet casings, a few beer bottles, one on the right's an English food. Not entirely sure about that ribbed bottle. I'll do a little research on it. But we'll get this filled back in and move on to the next site.